Hello, namaste, and marhaba. First of all, I would love to thank you for the opportunity that you've provided me for speaking myself out. I am Saksham Rathor, and I'm going to be answering the questions that you've provided me in the most honest way possible. My name is Saksham Rathor. I've already mentioned that. I am 22 years old, and now I'm going to introduce myself briefly, my school, and my city. I am currently doing a double master's in managerial sciences and analytical marketing from the National University of Singapore and also London School of Economics. So, right now I'm in Singapore, and then I'm going to move to London to complete my dual masters. Before that, I did my undergraduate in Bachelor's of Commerce, and that was from University of Mumbai. And so I'm basically from a very small town in the northwestern part of the country. It's called Chittorgarh. It's a historic town. Nothing special about it, but I have not stayed there for a very long time. I have been staying in different kinds of boarding schools my entire life. So I have moved to various different parts of India, and that is about it. About my personality, my weaknesses, and my strengths. Okay, so about my personality, I would say that I'm a very outgoing person, an extrovert. I love meeting new people. I love talking to them. I love knowing their culture. I love knowing their habits. Uh, Apart from that, I'm a very positive person, positively solution oriented to be very precise. Because in any given difficult situation, I don't ponder upon the problems at hand. Rather, I love to figure out the solutions of those problems in the most positive way. So I remain calm in tense situations as well. Uh, Coming to my weaknesses, I would say that I am an overthinker. I tend to think things in a very uh, extensive manner, I would like to say. And with that, supplement to that, I am also a perfectionist. So until and unless I get the things done in the most perfect manner, I'm not ready to submit them. And this has caused me a lot of delays in the work. So I am really working on it. Apart from that, I would also like to mention one more weakness, and that is that I am a little bit careless about my personal belongings. But I have worked on it quite a lot, and I have come a long way. I used to lose small things here and there, but now I have taken control over that part of my weakness. Moving on, have you ever been abroad? If yes, what did you do there? So, yes, I have been to many different countries. Mostly I have been there for tourism reasons, but apart from the tourism reasons, I have been to United States of America, USA, back in 2012. That was because I was selected in an exchange in a NASA exchange program for 15 days. So I was there for that, and then after that, I also went for an AIESEC exchange to Egypt, which was one of the most enriching experiences I've ever had in my life. That was the reason that I joined AIESEC as well. And I worked for AIESEC for almost a year. I became a TL, and it was a whole different experience for me. It was one of the most enriching experiences of my life. I thank AIESEC every day for all those moments. And after that, currently I'm in Singapore doing my double masters. And after that, I'm going to go to London as well. And apart from that, I've traveled a lot to different parts of the world. But not for any special reason apart from that. So, moving on, have you ever been part of a social responsibility project? If yes, could you give us some details? Of course. As I've already mentioned, that I was a part of an AIESEC exchange program back in 2019 when I went to Egypt for 45 days. It was an OGV program itself. So that was one of the most enriching experiences that I had. Apart from that, I've also worked for Merito Foundation, which is a foundation that is basically spreading the idea of meditation and mindfulness to the whole world for absolutely no cost, absolutely free. So I was the translator for them. I translated meditations from English to Hindi. So I did that for almost a year as well, and that was also a very good experience for me. Apart from that, I have taught students in small villages in India, which is not associated to any NGO, but it was associated to our own family foundation, which is called the Ranakpur Foundation. What we try to do is we try to increase the level of education in rural parts of India, and that is what it is. Moving on, are you an AIESEC member? Currently, no. I used to be an AIESEC permanent member. I was the team leader for international relations, and so basically customer experience as well. Uh, Moving on, why did you choose this project? So I have not expressed it enough, but I feel that the root cause of almost all the social problems that the world has right now is a lack of good education. Once people get educated, uh, it basically can change the world. Everything starts from a good education, be it pollution control, be it um, any kind of societal challenges that we face right now. Anything can be solved by solving the problem of an education. That is what I personally believe. And the moment I saw this program, I knew that I could be a great asset to the program, because I have a rich cultural experience, and I've already taught many students English and mathematics. And being a business student, I do have technical know-how of basics of these subjects, so I can convey them very easily. And of course, being a business student, I have presented a lot in my student years, so I don't have a problem in presenting, and I don't have a problem in teaching the kids as well. So that is why I chose this project, and I just loved the job description of the project the moment I saw it, because it seemed so interesting. Teaching kids about different cultures, and about mathematics, and about English, and about different countries. You never know what kind of things strikes them, and this could, like, this one seed of information that I put in their head might change their lives forever. So it's an amazing program that I saw. Do you have any skills like performing theater, playing an instrument, or dancing? If yes, how can you teach them to the students? Okay, so I have a very rich experience in performing theater. I have performed theater for the last 8 years, and I've also represented my country in the Commonwealth Games theater competitions. So I have participated internationally, and that included dances as well. So, and I have been performing in various events. I have anchored various events, and I've participated in countless Model United Nations as well. And the way that I would love to teach the students about these is by mixing the performing arts, mixing the dances, with the country of origin of these activities, and teaching it to them, so that they learn about the different arts and about the different performing arts from those countries. And then we're gonna have activities and preparations for those dances, and then we're gonna perform them in the classes to show those students as well. So basically, like, form a small group, form small different groups, give them different countries to teach them about those countries performing arts, and then performing them all together in the class, so that even others can understand and learn about those different countries arts. So that is how I plan to do that. Moving on, how can we create space for these children to support their leadership skills? The best thing would be to I, according to me, the best thing would be to divide them into different groups, and then assigning them each with one of the countries, and uh, a different kind of a topic, and different kind of an unconventional topic, for an example, and then to teach them about that country, teach them about the culture of that country, about the food of that country, about the dances, about the performing arts of that country, and then having these children present these ideas about that particular culture in front of the whole class. So in that way, these students learn how to express themselves, learn how to research at a very tender age, and this will help other students to learn about the cultures as well. But the idea of expressing themselves in front of so many people will start inculcating the sense of leadership in them, and of course, working in a group will help them build team building skills, and teach them how to work as a group, lead the group as well. Moving on, if you're chosen, how can you communicate with them? So communication has never been a problem for me. I have been a very outgoing person, as I've already told you, and I've worked with numerous number of kids previously as well. So, and one thing I usually do is, before starting any courses that I do, or before starting teaching, I basically conduct these one-on-one sessions with every students, with each and every single student, to understand what kind of background they come from, where they come from, and what kind of interests they have, so that I can inculcate the sense of teaching to them. So basically, like, personalized teaching to them, to cater to their personal needs. So that is the way I plan to communicate with them. And also, on a weekly basis, I'm gonna have one-on-one sessions to understand their problems and understand what kind of progress they're making, so that I can correct them, and I can devise more plans specifically for them. If you're chosen, what will you be doing as a volunteer? Do you know what your job descriptions are? Yeah, of course I do know the job descriptions, because I read them thoroughly. I'm going to be making trackers, and I'm going to be preparing study materials in mathematics, English, and sciences for these students, in culture as well for these students. And I'm going to be imparting the knowledge that I have about all of those cultures, and about mathematics, and about perhaps performing arts as well, to these students. And we never know what kind of interest it strikes to them. So if any student shows any particular interest in one of the topics, I would love to research more about those topics and convey the information to them, so that they can eventually take it up as a career as well. So yeah, moving on, what will our students learn from your teaching? I've already mentioned mostly what I'm going to answer when I answer this question, and the best thing that I can put on the table is the cross cultural international experience I've already had. I've been to a lot of different countries. I've seen a lot of different cultures, and I've experienced a lot of different religions and cultures as well. So I would love teaching the students about these cultures. And also, my performing arts background helps the students as well. Why should we choose you? Okay, sorry. What do you expect to gain from the project? Well, the kids teach a lot, and they teach you more than you actually think that they do. And there's a great learning curve for me in this as well, and this is going to hone my teaching skills more. And the best thing that I will gain from this experience is the satisfaction of knowing that I actually did something that will impact the world in a better way. Because educating someone is like giving them the tools to help themselves build their future. It's not like feeding them with a silver spoon or something, but it is to equipping them with the tools that they need to strive in this world. So it's the satisfaction that I will get from the project. Do you expect to, what do okay why should we choose you? My outgoing nature, my positive thinking, my international exposure, my technical knowledge about these subjects, my business, me being business student, so my presentation skills are all the reasons that you should choose me. And the most important reason why you should choose me is the drive that I possess to help the students, genuinely help the students, because I feel that education is the best way to help someone, and I genuinely possess this crazy drive to help impact the lives of people in every country. And also, I'll tell you one more thing is that I have always thought the reason that I took business management also, is that I thought that businesses are one of the main points that can change the world for a better place. And to understand how I can change the world for a better place, I need to understand the problems that the world face. And that is the reason that I do AIESEC projects as well. That is the reason I do volunteering experience as well, so that I can understand the problems that people face around the world, and I can understand them in a very localized manner. And that is the drive that actually drives me. So that is the reason that you should choose me. Um what is your motivation towards the project? I think I've already answered that question, so I'm not going to bore you again with that. The motivation is, well, I've already said in the previous answer. It's the motivation to actually impact the lives of people in a real sense, not in a plastic manner, but to impact them, to impact a sense, to inculcate a sense of leadership in the people, in the students, so that they can change their own future in many various ways. Would you confirm that you will not leave Turkey before the project ends? Absolutely not. I will not leave the country before the project ends. Do you need a visa? Yes, I will need the visa, and it's an AIESEC visa that I will need. I've already figured out all the formalities in that. Do you accept having two PCR tests, one before you come and one after you come? Absolutely, I will. I will pay for both. Are you okay with staying with the host family? I'm looking forward to that. That is the best cultural experience that I can have, and that is the best way that I can understand and learn about Turkey. If you get accepted, you will have to sign the contract and pay the fee in 2 days. Are you okay with this? Absolutely. Do you confirm you will sign the declaration form? Yes, I will. Are you vaccinated? How many doses have you had? Which vaccine did you get? So I've had 3 doses as of now. The first 2 doses were in India, which were Covishield, and now I have the AstraZeneca one from Singapore. And that is about it. So thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope to hear from you very soon, and I hope to see you in Istanbul very soon. Thank you. Bye bye. Salam.